The power of conscious growth is not given to animals. It's only given to mankind, and it may be developed and increased by man alone. Animals can be trained and developed by man, but only mankind can train and develop themselves. Man alone has this power, and it appears unlimited. Like plants and trees, your purpose in life is growth. And there's one big difference. Trees and plants grow automatically along fixed lines, while you can grow at will. Trees and plants can only develop certain possibilities and characteristics, while you can develop any power. Nothing that you can think of is impossible to put in action. Nothing that you can imagine is impossible to realize. You are formed for growth and under the necessity of growing. It is essential to your happiness to continuously advance. Life without progress becomes unendurable. And if you cease growing, you will likely become an imbecile or insane. The greater and more harmonious and well-rounded your growth, the happier you will be. It's natural for a human to desire growth and expansion. We have a natural leaning to be the most, to do the most, to fill our potential. This is a natural and innate desire in human beings as well as plants and animals. A tree desires to grow, a blade of grass continues to grow. We do not stop. So, it doesn't take us by surprise when we feel an emotional pain associated with being unable or seeming unable to fulfill our potential. It doesn't take us by surprise when one thing is done and we immediately set or look for another goal, something greater, something more to stretch for. This innate desire of our spirit can often cause our ego distress. Our ego wants to stay in the same comfortable spot that it's created for itself before. And if you have previously grown into a new goal, your ego is likely crying out saying, "I'm tired, I just want to stay put." But this goes against our spirit's nature to grow. And while ego is concerned only with survival and would have been very happy if you had simply stayed as, say, a high school or a college student, our spirit desires more and will always set subsequent goals for us to reach. Know this: your growth in life is not so much about reaching those goals, but it is about the sort of person that you develop into as you reach for those goals. Those goals are merely carrots. I call them golden carrots. They're dangling in front of your face. And the only way for you to reach them is for you to develop into a bigger, better, brighter version of yourself than who you were yesterday. And so these golden carrots dangle, and we grow and we stretch in order to reach them. Now, be mindful of the fact that you have chosen your own goal, and any goal, if it comes to you, is worthy because it stems from spirit. If it were not a worthy goal, you would not have a desire for it. And the mere fact that you have a desire for it means that it is a worthy goal, something that your spirit longs to express. If you had no capability for it, you would not desire it. The mere fact that you desire it says that you have the power to do it. Otherwise, it would not come to your mind at all to want it. Jealousy works in much the same way. If you can observe another person accomplish something and feel a pang of jealousy, it is an indication that you have the same ability in you unexpressed, and it's probably a calling for you to express that ability now. Expression of ability is not an overnight process, especially if you haven't been working on the talent or the ability before. But that golden carrot is calling you to develop that talent and ability. And it's likely in developing the talent or ability, you will have to stretch and grow in ways you had not before. And the purpose of all goals is growth. That is the meaning and the purpose of life. And when we abstain from growth, it is unnatural. If we purposely avoid growth, it means that we are purposely going towards deterioration, mentally or physically or both. It is the reason for many addictions. It is the reason for obesity. It is the reason for many physical ailments that people try to break and cannot come free of. In the absence of growth is deterioration of health and mental capacity. That is repugnant to our ego as well. So on some level, the ego will cooperate with you growing. But when you are well in health, or well enough, and your life is comfortable enough, the ego will staunchly oppose you moving beyond your comfort zone and into discomfort for the sake of growth. So do not be alarmed if growth may come with some resistance. It is natural. It does not mean that you have done anything wrong. We cycle through many life experiences for the sake of evolving into bigger, better, brighter versions of ourselves. You are not the same person you were 10 years ago. You are certainly not the same person you were when you married your first love. We evolve. We change. Sometimes our change and evolution takes us out of current relationships and brings us into new ones. There is nothing wrong with you. You did not fail in your previous relationship. We evolve. We change. And with that, often comes a change of environment and partner. When you have reached the height of your desire, you will choose partners, you will choose avocations, you will choose relationships and settings that meet your highest desires. And then you will settle in. But until then, natural growth and evolution is to be expected. Switching from one environment to another should be expected and accepted with ease. It is a sign of your growth and your evolution.